Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
Hello and welcome to Edupedia World.
Hello, welcome to SAP UI5 training session. In this training session, we'll be seeing a SAP.m.list control, how it is used and what are the types of list and how can we play with this list control. This is one of the important control when it comes to SAP.m. Whenever it is in mobile or desktop, this SAP.m.list is used, and there are 14 types of this, 14 ways you can use this list, and you can customize this also. You can create your 15th way also, but there are standard 14 samples which are available for you. In this session, we'll be seeing this 14 sample and what is this list control and how it look like. We'll have a look now. So if you see any Fiori app or any SAP UI5 application, when we have a list, then that time SAP.m.list is used. This is how the control look like. So there will be a name, and inside this name we have a count. This is one way of doing the list, and there are different ways of doing the list that we'll be seeing it. And before that, we'll just have a look about the properties. So properties which are available to m.list is a background design. So it can be anything. So we'll have a look about this background design. When I click, this, yeah, it is solid. So color will on the theme. The solid background color will be seen in the theme, or else transparent, or else translucent. Okay, we'll be seeing this also, background design. By default, it is solid. That is solid in the sense this. Now you might be having a question. Only one property is there, but what about the other properties? How, from which property I can display this? By using which property I can display this? How you're going to do is this m.list inherits from list base. So list base is another control this m.list is inherited from. So the parent is list base. So you can make use of this parent properties. So what are the properties? We have an n number of properties. There are 19 properties altogether. Footer text, growing scroll to load, growing threshold, growing trigger text, header text, include item in selection, insert, mode. So there are different types of modes also. Mode animation on, and then etc. No data select. So list mode has certain, see, single select, multi select, delete, etc. So you can, the list you can select a single select, or you can have a multi select list, or you can delete that particular entry, or single select master. So it is only used for the master control, but there will be no radio buttons visible for the single select master. So single select left, your radio button will be placed towards your left. So like that we have. So we'll be seeing that modes also, different types of modes, and there is a show separator also, which defines the styles. Show unread, show read, that you can, suppose if you have an inbox or you want to place an inbox, inside that you will have a list of mails. There's a mailbox. You have it when you open your mail, Gmail, you have an inbox. So once you click on the inbox, you'll be getting a list of mails. So similarly, you want to use that for this purpose, then you can use list for mails. For listing the mails, you can use list, m.list. So in this, you can, whenever you read, a user reads that particular mail or list item, then you can show 100 true, 100 false. So like that, you can handle it with this show 100. First, you will be having show 100 true. Once you click on it, it will be show 100 false. Like that, you can handle it. So it depends on your requirement, but this is an important control. So that's what m.list base. And m.list base is used from control only. So whenever we talk about any controls, that is inherited from control by default. So we'll go back and we'll see the list. So first we'll be seeing list control counter indication. So this is alphabetical order. We'll go the same way, alphabetical order, and how the changes appear, we will be seeing it. First, before this is what we want to achieve it. So how are we going to achieve this? We will be seeing it. Go to Eclipse and create a new project, that is list. Example. We'll see the routing example only, because we have used the same thing for O-table controller. So what I do is right click, new, or else what I recommend is, because there are too many files here, so you might get confused, so we'll start up a fresh project only, so that you don't get confused. So we create a project. So once I click on a project, I'll type SAP over here, so it will come SAP UI5 application development. So I'll click on this, say next. I want to create an initial view, and the default location is this, and I'm going to give m.list control, and then say next, and here also I'm give m.list, and then I'm going to take XML view and say finish. Once I say finish, it will be finished, and then m.list.xml is cleared, and a controller is created by default, and index.html is created. So in this, I'm going to add the content. So whatever we do, it has to be inside this content. So we'll go to this, and we can get the source code from here. Show code. Here it is a list. So we can copy the list, whatever is inside, and then we have to go to our Eclipse and you can place it here, and you can use Ctrl+Shift+F to format and save it. And then to the m.list control, we have to, in onInit function, we have to copy this products.json. So I'm going to Ctrl+Shift+F. It's not working, so we're gonna review manually. So manually we can remove, and then I'm going to paste this model. So inside this, we don't have any product.json. So I'm going to put a model because I'm going to create one model folder. Inside that model folder, I'm going to place a products.json. So we'll be using other, here in the routing example, I have used this model. So I'm going to copy this folder. I'm going to place it here inside this web content. So here we go, list control, model, and then this. And we're going to refresh this. Refresh this and model is created. Now we have to run this project. Right click, run on server. So I'm going to say finish. Once I finish, it will ask to restart and you have to say yes. And it will restart the project. And once the project is restarted, and you'll get the list like this. Yeah, there is no data. And we're going to copy this and close it. And inside these items, I want to use the path like this. And like this, I want to do, and save it. And I'm going to paste this. So the list controller, inside the list controller, we haven't received any data. So I'm going to, so it says there is an error, model.products.json. So in our case, we have something here, p capital. We always miss this. Check inside this model, p capital. Then I'm going to refresh, and once I refresh, see, this is what it comes: the title, product, and this here. So first we'll start with the title. We're going to change title, and then we'll see how this list is displayed. And we'll go there, and inside this list we have something called title. So we'll say M-list control example. So e capital, I'm going to say. So once your application starts with index.html, always in this index.html we have created a page. So to this page we have given the view name M-list control.mlist. It will go to this control and it will say the type is XML. So it will search for M-list controller.mlist.view.xml. So we're inside this web content because we already loaded the resources called M-list control. So this resources will be loaded, and once it is loaded, it will go to this M-list control.mlist. And we are adding a page. So what page you are adding? M-list page to this app. So app is nothing but m.app. That is the reason it is full screen. And app.placeApp, and inside this content. So it will go to M-list control, and inside this M-list control it will search for M-list view.xml, and it will open this file and run it. So this file will be executed. So when the core view xml sapui.core and mvc normal, and by default namespace is sap.m, and controller name is mlist controller.mlist, and html by default it comes, so that we can use html data inside it. And next is the page. Once the page is here. We'll get the title, and then M-list controller name example is your title of the page, and then inside this content there is an aggregation called content, and this page aggregation is content. So inside this content we have placing a list. So list will have the header text, and inside this header text we'll have products. So that means the list has a header that called products, that shows as a title of that, and inside this we are binding items. So these are list items which are binded. So one is standard list item that will be repeated. So what will be repeated in standard list item? We have a title, and inside this title we have binded a name. So that name will be repeated, and the counter, when we use counter, then it means it gives you the quantity. That means quantity model binding. This is so value, whatever the counter value will come, it will be executed. So where this is coming from? So in mlist.controller, what we are doing is onInit function is called first. Inside this we are using var, a model, and we are getting an instance of a products.json, that SAPUI.model.json model. So inside this model slash products.json. So this .getView.set model will set the value of this object. So this object will be set here. So to this particular view, m.list.view.xml, this model will be set. So once we set the model, then we can use the product collection. So we'll see what it is there inside the model. So once we double click the products.json, you will receive this file. So once this file open, we have a product collection, that is entity set. In this entity set we are binding a name, that is Power Projector 4713. For every entry, that entity we have name and quantity. So the quantity is 3. So once the quantity is there, then we have unit of measure and width, depth, and etc. We'll go to view. So this is how the name is binded and a quantity in this controller. Model, this .getView.set model. Okay, and index.html will have this file. So this is all about list controller with a count. And once we refresh, the title should be refreshed, M-list controller. So this is our products and this is what count. So now this version is the older version. I'm going to get a newer version now. How are we going to do it? You have to just include in this resource file an external URL. So this is what the list counter, and the next is list deletion. We'll see that also. So I'm going to save this external URL for this project, and once I refresh this, and it will be loading from the external, and this blue crystal theme I have a little changes. See, it is now dark. This is the latest version. So 3.10, so and so. Now this is a theme, background theme. So we try to change the background theme now, and then we'll see deletion and other examples. So this background, so copy, so background design. So we'll go there. We can include in view.xml the list background design. Background is one word, design is the another word. So in this word we have by default we have solid. Now we'll say transparent, and we're gonna save it and we're gonna run our application. So transparent is not a proper. We will be cross-checking the spelling of that. So T is capital and transparent. So T is capital here. We have to save and we have to run our application again. Once we run the application, yeah, see, this is transparent. Have you seen? There is no solid. So this is transparent. If you want to show the transparent, then you can show the transparent like this, the list. And then we go here and we want translucent. 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 So translucent gives it's not that solid nor even it is transparent. So in between there is translucent. Okay, these are the three background themes. So design, background design, and we have given a property value. There's a property and a value. Now what we do is we'll be going to the next example, that is deletion.
Thank you for watching Edupedia World. Stay tuned for more videos.